Cornbread is one of those things that seems to go with so many great dishes, whether it's Southwest cooking or good homemade chili. It's one of my favorite things to have with certain winter dishes. That's why I love to have a quick and simple recipe always on the go for when I want to have skillet cornbread. Putting it in a cast iron skillet is a little bit traditional, and that's why I love to do it. It creates a great dark brown crust, and it really adds a lot of flavor, I think, to the cornbread. And it's really simple. You don't have to fill a lot of different dishes or muffin tins. You can just throw it in and be ready to go. Before you start, just place some butter in your cast iron skillet. I'm using an 8-inch. You could also use a 9-inch with this recipe, and place it right into your preheated 400-degree oven. You're just gonna let that melt as you put the bread together. To start, just put some good coarse cornmeal, all-purpose flour, some baking soda, baking powder, and a little bit of salt in a bowl, and just whisk that together. Next, put in a little bit of brown sugar and just make sure to whisk that in too so any of the lumps get broken up and incorporated into the dry mixture. Next, you can add your liquid ingredients. I love using buttermilk with this. If you don't have any buttermilk, you can of course just use sour milk, which is some vinegar with your milk. But I start off by pouring in my buttermilk, and then a little bit of regular milk, a couple eggs, and some honey. I love honey in cornbread, and of course I put it on top too, but I have to put a little bit inside of it. Just whisk it all together until it's completely incorporated. If you want to spice up your cornbread, you can add some good chopped jalapeno and a little bit of cheddar cheese. This is of course optional, but it adds a really great flavor if you're serving it with your favorite soup or with another dish. You can really kind of have a little bit of leeway on what you maybe want to throw in to add some great flavor. At this point, your butter should be fully melted in your cast iron skillet, so take it out of the oven, but be very careful because the skillet is extremely hot. And just swirl it around the skillet to make sure to get it all covered. This is really going to help it not stick at all. But if your skillet is well seasoned, it should not stick anyway. Once you've swirled your butter around, just pour in your batter right into the center. You'll see that it almost starts setting up right away on the edges for how hot the skillet already is. Place it right back into your oven and then let it go. It will get puffed and quite dark on top, but that creates that great flavor, and I really love that good hard crust when it comes to a cornbread. Take it out and let it cool slightly before you cut it, but make sure to serve it warm with whatever you're having, because it is the perfect dish when it is still warm to put a little bit of butter on top to melt over it and some great honey drizzle on top also. I love this cornbread, and it is really one of the ultimate comfort foods during the winter with any good soup. I think you're going to enjoy, and I know you're going to be making this time and again. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click like below and leave a comment. I really love to hear from you guys. You have so many great ideas, and sometimes I love the way you take a recipe and make it your own. If you want to see more videos, click subscribe and you can become part of the Gray Boxwood family. We would love to have you. I can't wait to see you till next time.